All right, cool. So this is Denise Marrone from Familia Marrone in Morra and Barolo. Denise and I have known each other several years now. We met at my wine bar in Coral Gables, and I was crazy enough to say, "Hey, Denise, I want to bring some people to see you next year, and can we come hang out?" And now I brought four to see you over the years, and
such a long time. The still mommy can remember you.
Yeah, it's such an awesome combination that we get to come see you, and every time we visit you, you put on a huge spread. We do cooking classes and truffle hunting.
Yeah.
Taste way too much wine and eat way too much great food. So, where are you? What are you doing? What's going on? I see you have bottles behind you. Are you in the wine cellar? Can you tell us what's going on with you?
Yeah, so first of all, welcome in our cellar. What you see behind me and all around me, it's our cellar. And it's a family affair. We are three sisters right now. Dad, of course, he is the boss, so he will always put his nose in everything. But it's where we come from. Our one is the fourth generation, so we could have done nothing of all we are doing now without him. And so now he is old enough, he says, to do what he likes and what he wants. And my younger sister, she's the analog. And what I was telling you today, that's why I wear these clothes, because we were bottling this beautiful color wine. It's a rosé of Dolcetto and Nebbiolo. And I tasted it. It's not that bad. It will be better in a couple of months for sure.
You are all women running a business that's definitely male dominated in Italy and the rest of the world. Has that ever given you any issues? I mean, you're one of the strongest women I know. Do you ever make grown men cry for messing with you, or?
Allora, listen, I was lucky because this boss, my dad, decided that I could do everything that a man, a son could have done. And so, since I was a child, I did everything with him in the cellar, in the vineyards, wherever. And so, for me, it has been always normal. But yes, trust me, I still remember because it was just a couple of years ago. We have an importer in Japan, a very nice guy, no problems at all. But alone, I could have done nothing at all. My brother-in-law has to come with me when I go to Japan because to finish a contract, I can't do by myself because I'm a woman. So a lot of smiles, so beautiful treatment and restaurants and whatever. But don't talk about business because they say always yes, and at the end is nothing done.
Do you do a lot of business in Asia, a lot of business with Japan, China?
Yes, Korea right now is our main market in Southeast Asia because they love a lot the whites and the Moscato. And more or less is what you are doing. So they make also tours, they come, they cook. So it's always a wheel that turns with the tourism, with the wine, with the personal contact. So it's more or less the same way we are dealing with you, and we have a lot of fun. They are very nice people.
You do get to travel a lot. That's part of your job. You've seen half the world, maybe more. Everybody loves to come to Italy because the food, the wine, the people, the scene.
Yes.
The favorite probably of everybody in the world. Where do you like to go? What's your favorite country? What really makes you excited about when your travels?
Allora, really, last year I spent 17 weeks outside Italy. So I was traveling almost 1 week yes and 1 week no. But the main market for us, for our wines, is Europe. And so I was traveling up and down in Europe. My brother-in-law is taking care of America. We started last year with a US wide importer, and he's taking care of China. But as I told you, China is not giving us any satisfaction. And America a lot. It's really like it is part of Europe. So same mentality, same taste, same way of tasting the wines. So it's just bigger than Europe, but it's the same way. And me, I like all the world because there's a lot to learn, a lot to know meeting people. But what I like to tell everybody is that I travel willingly, but I've never found a place around the world where I could say, okay, tomorrow I pack my stuffs and I stay there. It's a pleasure to come back. it's a pleasure to come back to this landscape, to what I have, to what I know since ever. These vineyards, it's not the seaside, not the mountains, it's just vineyards, but it's a quite beautiful place.
One of the most in the world, absolutely. That's why I always come back every year. So you do make world-class wines, whites, reds, dessert wines, grappas, everything's fantastic. If you, and you also are a huge wine lover, if you could make wine for 1 year or trade places with somebody for 1 year, what region would it be other than in Piedmont and Barolo? Where, if you could go anywhere in the world and make wine, where would you like to go?
It's an easy question for me because I adore the Pinot Noir. And so, any place, I think it would be very interesting to produce in Hungary because it's a little bit unknown as a place. I tasted the beautiful Pinot Noir produced in Hungary. There's so much to be done. There's a few sellers that really have the knowledge and the techniques and what they need to produce good wines. But I think with this climate changing, with the warm temperatures that we are facing every year increasing, I'm sure they will make really, really good wines. Maybe they can also be concurrency, but beautiful wines.
Yeah.
All the northern, because the Pinot Noir is the same behavior as a Nebbiolo. So a lot of personality, good tannins, good aging potential, but they have the same problems of Nebbiolo. So a bad Pinot Noir is really something bad. So you need to find something that is good, like the Nebbiolo. A bad Nebbiolo is really a bad wine.
Yeah, no, we're actually doing a trip to Austria in harvest if we can actually get there. And we're going to actually creep over to Hungary a little bit and actually get our feet wet over there. So hopefully, within the next 18 months, I'll probably do a tour to Hungary as well. So I'm really excited about the wines there. Absolutely. If there was something you could do besides make wine, what would that be? What's your other passion or hobby? What would you be doing if you weren't a winemaker?
From my passion, my big passion comes all the touristic side because I'm a tour guide. And what I love is the wine tours. So, where I can put what I know, my knowledge in wine, together with the pleasure of a smile on the face of my customers, my guests, because maybe we made a lot of tours for 5 days in other cellars around us, in our area, but trying other wines together so I can explain them. I can put them a little bit more in the wine world, and I have the excuse to visit the other cellars because if not, it seems I'm spying what they are doing. And so in this way, no, I'm the guide. And so I can go around and I can see what the others do.
Product that comes from close to you, Nutella. What wine of yours pairs best with Nutella?
Allora, we have the Moscato in our range because already my grandfather planted it, and for him it was very difficult to produce it because without techniques and cooling down and so on, it was not easy. But it's again a part of our tradition. And I still remember when we were together in the vineyards and we had merenda. So about 5 p.m. we stopped, we sat for a little while and we made a soup. We called it in Italian a zuppa d'acqua dolce, so sweet water soup. We poured a little bit of Moscato inside, so very cold water, sugar, Moscato, and bread. And this is what we had together, chatting a while before starting working again till darkening. And so Moscato is part of us, Nutella is part of us. So the gelato is something very good together with the Moscato.
Which one of your wines goes best with pizza?
Pizza, this rosé is fantastic. It was born because rosé is not in the tradition of our region. So it is something that we started experimenting with my sister and so on. And we wanted to start making it to have something good to pair with the tomato. And so tomato salad during the summer with a little bit of onion inside. Tomato pasta, just a simple pasta for everyday meal. And so with the pizza, it pairs perfectly. Then, of course, the Dolcetto, the more simple of our wines, an easy drinking Barbera. But this was an idea together with the pizza.
What is some talent, something weird that has nothing to do with wine that nobody would ever know about? Like, can you juggle, ride a unicycle? Have you won contests on horses? I mean, what's something crazy nobody would know about?
Luckily, I do very normal things, but probably something that not every girl my age is able to do is driving a tractor because of the inheritance of my dad and because not having a son, it was the only way. So it's something I had before a tractor and then a motorbike. And so before I was 14, so driving license, what's that? And I was already driving the tractor, and it's a pleasure to know doing that because it makes me feel in a way different because I know how to deal with it. Also the new ones, because after years when I went to the university, I stopped going to the fields because I didn't have time anymore. And so it's something that I do with pleasure for my free time. So I go maybe just to pick up the potatoes, but I go by tractor, of course.
That's so cool. That's so really cool.
It's effortless, at least.
That's fantastic.
Allora, yes, I want to show you around if I can. Yes, because this is our inside restaurant, and we don't want to call it restaurant because it is again a way to serve wine in the best way. So wine at first and then good recipes to put together, but we have been always full. Here we have a space for 130 persons. Probably in a couple of weeks we will be able to open again, but what they told us is 1 meter between one person and the other, 2 meters between one table and the other. And so it means for us probably to have half the space, but we are lucky because it's big, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. The important is to open, and we want to use these. This is a downstairs terrace. Here you are.
Yeah.
And there's a place for another, depending on the space that we will be asked, 5 or 6 or 7 tables outside in the sun. So beautiful place again. Allora, we are Italian, so there's always a lot of exaggerations and a lot of things that are not true. But the virus, it's dangerous. We are scared. We don't know it because it's something new for all the world. So we don't know the cure. We don't know. Maybe next year will come again. Who knows? And so it affected a lot. We canceled more than 2,000 bookings. And so for a small reality as we are, it's something gigantic. But now we have a date. Now probably we will open soon. It doesn't matter. We need to wear masks. We need to wear gloves. Who cares? The important thing is exactly is exactly that I bought a lot of colorful of them. We
That's
have a lot of colorful them, and so we can find a way.
Can you get a close up of the label behind you? Because I didn't get to see the label. You showed us the rosé bottle, but I want to make sure that everybody can see your label.
You want to see this is the Barbaresco. Okay, you can see it.
Yeah.
And this is something important because Carlo was the name of my grandfather, and this is our family blend, Dolcetto, Barbera, Nebbiolo. And of course, this is the best of the best. This is the Busia. It's the Barolo that gave us in vintage 2013, the previous one, the award as best Italian red wine. So for sure it's not, but for sure there's something good in the bottle.
That's fantastic. And that builds to my last question is, your family has won tons of awards and tons of prestige for your wines and for the winemaking, and now the tourism's huge. I think you're at the forefront of really breaking the tourism open. What's the coolest thing that's happened because of the awards for the wines, or anything cool that you've gotten to do, or somebody that you got to meet purely because your wines are just as good as anybody's in the world?
It's a combination of a lot of things. Honestly, I think I can talk in the same way also for my sisters. No one of us would have done another job, because there's passion, because there's family, because there's satisfactions around the world, because any country we can hang the phone and ask for hospitality to a friend, not to. So we can travel the world, only visiting friends that are very pleased of our visit and to show us around, so we can discover the world in another way, not the one that you can read on a book, on a guide. And so this is for sure the top that makes me wake up every day and open the door. Plus the people that come and visit and come here. When the room where I am is full of people having good time, smiling. Maybe one has birthday, the other one has an anniversary, and the other ones are here with the kids, just with the dog and the family. Who cares? This is the best of the satisfactions. I'm not always in the middle of the tables, because my guys, they are like my brothers and sisters, and so it's a pleasure to see them together with the guests. I sit upstairs and I look around, and I'm happy. And so I can't tell you anything other than that. When you come and your groups are happy and we go together to truffle hunt, it's always a pleasure. You spend a half a beautiful day and you say, okay, this is my job.
Yeah, exactly. That's the greatest thing about our business, about the wine business, and about the food and wine beverage business, is that we get to travel the world and talk to each other and make friends. It's not just about looking for a book and going, oh, we should go there. If I need something in Italy, I just, hey, Denise, can you tell me blah, blah, blah? And the next thing you know,
Yes.
on a phone or a text, this is what we're going to do. And it's like, no other business has that. It's so incredible. And that's what.
No,
Yeah.
it's long-lasting relationships.
Who's your U.S. importer, and where can people find your wines in the United States?
Allora, the name of the company is The Sorting Table, and
Oh, okay.
you know them. The
Yes,
main
very well.
seat is in Napa, and they have another seat. Let me see, in New York, but they are able to deliver U.S. wide. And my brother-in-law, because he is the one taking care of U.S. market, told me to remember you the name of Jamie Adams, who's the one, not the boss, not the CEO, but the one for the customers. So taking care of the customers, the deliveries, and so on. So
Got it.
this is the guy. Yeah.
I've
And
got a
it's nice. Right now they have 5 wines of our range in the assortment, and they want to add the Barbera next year.
Thank you for your time. It's awesome to get to see you. I hope next time I'm sitting across from you having a glass of wine and not on a video. But I knew you were
Yes, a real one, not
absolutely.
a virtual one.
Yeah. So I'll let you get back to the Barolo. Go ahead and do like a double magnum for me for my next visit. All right. So
It's here on the table, just waiting for you.
great. Thank you so much, Denise. I look forward to seeing you soon, and thank you for your time. And ciao, ciao. Grazie.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.